Hello, guys, and thank you so much for watching today's episode and video. As I've said in today's video. So basically, in this episode and series is actually going to be another installment of a series on series of my um, uh, Celtic series today. And so basically in this video, I actually have something to confess to. I actually have something to confess, I said, to the British community. I said, I actually have something to confess. And so, um, what I have to tell the British people in the British community, what I have to confess in today's video is, as I said, I am a descendant line of Merlin, and this is my Celtic medicine. This is my Celtic series. One of the things that I have to confess in this video is one of the things that I was given. I actually recently found out I was British descent. I grew up in America thinking that I was actually of Asian descent. I thought I was Asian growing up. Um, and I grew up in America, only to find out a little later, guys, that I was actually British descent. And it was a slow, gradual process. It was a slow process that I found out that I was of British descent, guys. And that is my dark secret. It's actually not a secret, but I actually discovered that I was of British descent. So one other thing I have to confess in today's video, guys, and I want to make this video actually an interactive video for all the other British people out there. Now, I personally don't know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to personally send invitations to a couple of British people and try to engage them in this video that I'm making. I said I do have black hair, but I am your Asian sister, guys. I mean, I am your British sister. I am British, and I found out that I was British. I thought I was Asian, but gradually over time, with a little bit of guidance from my distant relatives, who from way from the other end of the world, I realize and discover eventually that I was of British descent. I was of British descent. Now, one of the things I said, so I want to make this video an engaging video more than anything else. Guys, I want to make this video, I said, more of an engaging video than anything else. As I said, so I'm actually going to tag a couple of British people into this video. I'm going to either tweet or just personally go to a YouTuber's profile, a British YouTuber's profile, and engage you guys in conversation. Okay, I'm going to engage you guys in conversation in today's video. Anyway, I have a confession to make in this video. It is a confession that I have to make, and so I actually have a confession I said to make in this video. And as I said, I am a Celtic woman and a Celtic woman of the Celtic medicine series. I said I am a Celtic woman. I'm a descendant line of the Celtic lines, and I actually recently discovered this over time. Whereas before I thought over time, whereas basically one of the things I was told. One of the things that as a Celtic woman that I have to confess to all of you guys is that I said if you look up British history, you'll hear about the British conquest and the British Empire, and you guys have heard of that before. Now, one of the things I have to confess to you guys is, although I have black hair, and some of you guys might see my black hair and think I'm Asian and all this and stuff. I mean, I've read a lot of pretty stuff from the British countries, and I've read a lot of stuff from the British countries. At any which rate, I said, at any which rate, guys, I have a confession to make in this video. And the confession that I have to make in this video is that my secret that I have after I have discovered I was of British descent. So watch this video carefully. Is that my secret that I have? One of the that I have is that I can draw ley lines. Yeah. So hear that again. I can draw ley lines. So I said, so the fact that I have discovered that I can draw ley lines, jumping from going to Korean markets, going to Vietnamese, Asian markets, eating rice, eating fish cakes, eating fish cakes, fish cakes, noodles and rice, and soy sauce, to doing this repeatedly week after week after week. I said, and all of a sudden, one day in my life, I discovered I was of British descent. And I said, it's hard to detect at first because I have black hair, as you can see here. I just have normal black hair. And I thought I was just simply Asian. I couldn't have known I was British growing up in America, guys. I grew up in America thinking I was Asian all this time, eating fish cakes, rice, and just going back and forth to Asian markets, back and forth to Korean markets, and buying rice, soy sauce, fish sauce, eating all these things. And all of a sudden, I was British. All of a sudden in my life, and I actually discovered I was a descendant line of the Celtic lines, and I was a descendant line of Merlin. And so one of the secrets that I have to admit and confess to the British community, one of the things I have to confess to you guys, to all of my British brothers and sisters, and to all of my British brothers and sisters who's watching this, one of the things that I can do, I was told that I was going to do this, and I already did. I'm already doing it now. Is that I can draw ley lines. Now, I said, if you look up the British history, they say the British people have a British Empire, okay, and they're British Empire, and they had this great British Empire. I was told, I was given insight as a descendant line of Merlin himself. I was told that I can draw ley lines. I can draw ley lines. So as I said, jumping from A to Z, A to B, being Asian, having black hair, being Asian, having black hair, all of a sudden I can actually, being Asian, having black hair, and all of a sudden I can draw ley lines. All of a sudden I found out I was British, I was Celtic. I'm like, okay, cool, I'll take that in, yeah, okay, sure. I'm going to start acting British now. And all of a sudden, guys, all of a sudden, now I'm drawing ley lines. Now, that's really shocking, guys. That's really, to me, when I first discovered that, it's like my ancestors, and they say that my ancestors are Gaelic. I had Gaelic ancestors, and I was given all this information all at once, so I had to take it all in, guys. While still basking in America, amidst a racial struggle in America, still occurring against, and there's actually, I think there are some plans underway now. Me having black hair, so I was mistaken for Vietnamese, guys. Mistaken for Asian. I grew up. I'm Vietnamese, but I do have Chinese relatives in my family and stuff. And sometimes the Asian communities sort of kind of intermerse. Okay. There's also interracialism between Asian communities. So obviously, There's going to be lawsuits against each Asian neighbor, so we just sort of kind of clump each other into one Asia in America. So I thought I was Asian growing up in America. And then all of a sudden, I found out, okay, yeah, I was British descent. And then I was told by my Gaelic ancestors, and I was told they were Gaelic, by the way, not. I was told that they were Gaelic. They didn't say they were Caucasian. They didn't say they were Greek. They didn't say they were the Vikings, or they were whatever creative thing you would think of. They were Gaelic. I was told my ancestors were Gaelic. So I'm like, okay, sure, I'll stick with Gaelic. I will stick with Gaelic because I've seen in the YouTube, I've seen in the I was told that they were Gaelic, and all of a sudden I looked them up, guys. I was I was told I was actually, let me try to look it up. I was told I was Gaelic, Scottish. Let me see if I can think of any other. Yeah, I was told I was Gaelic descendancy, and one of my big secrets that I'm going to admit in this video, guys. One of my big secrets I'm going to admit in this video, my big confession, and it's a very shocking confession, the fact that I have black hair, so many people think of I'm Asian instead. One of the confessions that I have, guys, is that I can draw ley lines. That's my dark secret. That's my confession that I have to make. Now, I mean, coming out of, like, I don't know if it's different in certain countries, but guys, hearing someone drawing ley lines, I mean, a British person drawing ley lines, I mean, as I said, it's shocking enough for me to find out that I was British descent, at any which rate. And so I was told that I'm going to be drawing ley lines, and I've already started on some of my ley line stuff. I've already started on I said I've already started on some of my ley line stuff. As I said, I said I've already started on some of my ley line stuff. I said, so I've already done some ley line work. I'm not going to tell you how I did it, but I was told by my Gaelic ancestor. As I said, that I was going to draw ley lines. I said the fact that I discovered that I was of British descent, having black hair, growing up as an Asian in America, and being made fun of in America, guys, amidst a racial struggle. I never, in the midst of hot heat Georgia, where, hot heat midst of Georgia, I never would have discovered that I was. So I discovered I was British. So that took some time for me to take in, because obviously I had to, I had. So that I just sort of kind of had to kind of walk around and do a little bit of a little bit of a protesting, and getting the I mean, for that, the fact that I was British, and then I was told I was going to draw ley lines from my Gaelic ancestors, and I'm already drawing ley lines already. And so I said, you can look up ley lines on Wikipedia, guys. Look up ley lines on Wikipedia. I'm drawing ley lines already. So that's, I said, jumping from Asian to all of a sudden being British and drawing ley lines, guys. Anyway, so I mean, real British person to me is like a real British person to me is like a real British person to me is like Rupert Grint, Like if you think of British Empire, you get the idea. You get the idea of Great Britain. In fact, Great Britain and America is really big to the Americans. Trust me, they talk about British people all the time. Anyway, so I said, and so I'm actually drawing ley lines. That's my confession that I have to make, guys. I'm drawing ley lines in today's. I'm drawing ley lines. I was told it's going to draw ley lines. So I'm jumping from Asian to all of a sudden being British and drawing ley lines. So guys, that's just really cool. That's like literally, guys, that's like literally amazing that I'm drawing ley lines today. And so that's my confession that I have to make. Not only am I Celtic, I was told I was Celtic. I was told I was Scottish, but I didn't come out openly that I was Scottish until I mentioned a couple of tweets involving Scotland, and then I had a couple of Scottish people come out, and I compared myself to them. And I noticed my accent was theirs, and so I openly came out after that I was of Scottish descent. So my big question, guys, for the British community that I'm going to tag into this video, guys, I have this ultimate big question. Do any of you guys draw ley lines? Like literally, I mean, the thought of me drawing ley lines is really shocking. I mean, I don't think I don't know if it's a normal thing in Great Britain that they do that, but I was taught here in America, in the midst of Georgia, guys, where the discrimination against Asian Americans, the race, stuff happens here, guys. I can draw ley lines. I don't know if there's actually anyone who draws ley lines today in Great Britain. If there's any British people in Great Britain who's drawing ley lines today, I have no idea. If there's anyone who knows about ley lines in Great Britain, or if you guys are drawing ley lines, feel free to comment below this video. Tell me your experiences, what's happening with you guys. Tell me your experiences, and tell me your experiences, guys, and tell me what's happening with you guys. I said, tell me what's happening with you guys. As I said, if there's anybody who knows how to draw ley lines, I really want to know if there's anybody who can draw, any British person in Great Britain who's currently drawing ley lines. You can even answer anonymously if you want. I just really want to know if this is actually a normal thing. But I said, jumping from being discriminated and being a victim of racism to all of a sudden drawing ley lines, like jumping from to being British and Celtic and all of a sudden and drawing ley lines, guys. You've heard about the British Empire and how, people just want to be British, in America and stuff. I mean, Americans they all want to be, they talk about Great Britain all the time. I know, because I lived here. So I don't know if there's anybody in Great Britain now who actually draws ley lines today. So I'm going to actually tag a couple of people from the UK and Great Britain, and tell me if you guys if there's anybody in Great Britain right now or who's actually drawing ley lines today as we speak, guys, because this is really cool. I mean, I'm a Celtic woman, by the way. And also, I said, if you really want to know about, the British Empire and ley lines, guys, to get an idea of what I'm talking about, I mean, like, this is Rupert Grant British stuff, like from the Tri-Star State, baby. I mean, this is Rupert Grant from the Tri-Star State. As I said, I have black hair, as I said. So, I mean, who would have suspected that I'm like Rupert Grant? Like, all of a sudden I'm drawing ley lines. I mean, that's how amazing that is. So guys, if you want to know a little more about ley lines in the British Empire, guys, look it up. Look up Great Britain, and then write down ley lines. Look down ley lines, and then you'll know what I'm talking about. So I'm just gonna go ahead, so you guys can post a video down below. I say go ahead and post a video down below. I'm going to tag a couple of British people that I know on YouTube and Media Today. And guys, please talk to me and tell me if you can draw ley lines. Because my Gaelic ancestors have told me that they're going to teach me how to draw ley lines, and I'm already doing it. I'm already drawing it. I'm already doing ley lines. I'm not going to tell you how I did it, but I'm drawing ley lines today. Okay, I'm drawing ley lines today, which is pretty cool. I'd say that's pretty awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching this series of Celtic Medicine Woman. Thank you so much.